Hi, it's Tessa from Pool Valley, and I'm here today with Tira from ISM, and we're going to talk about the new album release. How are you feeling about the release of Going Mad so far?
I feel good about it. It's been nice. It was very weird and scary, and I think I didn't realize it for a long time that it was out. And then I started meeting people who was like, "Oh, I listened to your album. It's good." And I was like, "Wait, no. Did you listen? Please don't listen to it." Then I like that people listen to it, but then I'm like, wait, people are actually listening to it. That's crazy. Yeah, I feel good about it. It's nice. We just got our vinyl the other day, and it feels so strange and surreal to like hold my album and see the artwork and everything come together. It's pretty cool.
Where can we buy the new album?
You can buy it hopefully in a particular vinyl shop here in Brighton that we might tell you about, and in Oslo as well, where I'm from in Norway. But you can buy it at elasticstage.com, which is like made to order. They just print it whenever you need it. It takes a while, but at least you can buy one.
It's there.
It's there.
What was the original idea behind this album?
The idea was based around, I think I've always, since I was maybe 10, thought I'm gonna make an album, and I'm gonna make all the songs, the first letter of the song spell out the name of the album, and then I made a song called Going Mad, and I thought that's a great name for the album because I think it's a good concept, because everything I write about is kind of about myself. So I thought maybe that's a good theme, and then was built from there. And then a lot of the songs that I'd already written was working in terms of the name of the song was working with spelling out Going Mad, and I was like, wait, this is amazing. Let me just continue on that. And some of the songs I wrote like years ago, I wrote Going Mad, the first song, half of it I wrote in a hotel room in Japan when I was 17. I'm now 24, so that's a while.
Yeah.
So it feels like it's been, I don't know, it's been planned for a long time, and some of the songs are newer, but a lot of them have been with me for a few years. So it's nice to like finally have it together. And I think that was the plan, just what I've made, put it out together in some sort of conceptual form. And I don't know if people understand it. People might not see the concept in it, but for me it feels like my little package of madness.
So I've seen for every release that you do that you make a mood board. Can you tell us a little bit about that process?
So basically what we do is I make a mood board because I love making like a Pinterest collage mood board, and I love dressing up, and I was like, this is amazing. I can be chaotic but still controlled, and then I can dress in whatever I want, and it's supposed to be like that every time that I change it up. So did that, and then I thought naturally, because everything in my mind is very visual, I was like, okay, I need to make mood boards for all of the songs we're doing for the whole album, so I can for myself understand the conceptuality of it.
Can you tell us about the cover art?
The cover art?
Yeah.
Yes. So I had a crazy idea that I love jello and jelly, and I think it's just really fun. And I was thinking, how can we make something with jelly that's also part of it? And I thought I can make my head in jelly. So I went to my friend in Norway who studies fine art at the Royal Academy, and she's really good with biomaterials, so she makes a lot of art with gelatine. I was like, okay, this is sick. So I went in there and we put we casted my whole upper body from here, and then we made like a negative of it, and then we made it in silicone, and then we put jelly in it, and then we made like a little sculpture thing of my head, and then my nose fell off in the process of it. So she did all of this, might not actually, my jelly nose. And then we took pictures for it, and then she let it rot for 2 weeks, so the mold started appearing on my eyes, which looked really cool. So it was kind of a blue contrast to the red. So that's actually the picture. It's just my head with a broken nose and molded, and I thought that was really good for Going Mad, because that's how I feel half the time. It's like, bleh.
So what was the first thing you put on the mood board for the album?
The first thing I put on was, I think it was a picture of, like a picture taken in slow or like low shutter speed, so like you get loads of motions in one picture. And I think it was someone doing like this, and then it was in low or slow shutter speed, I don't know, lang lukket, that's what you say in Norwegian. And because I just thought that's kind of how it feels like to just that's how I feel. So I was like, it feels like that's like what I need to put out there, and it's like yeah, so that's what I did.
What was the easiest song to write off the album?
I think they all have like parts that was easy and parts that was hard, but I think Anymore was very easy because I literally just did like on the piano, and then I wrote the whole song in only 3 chords. And then, but I wrote Inevitable Ending and Anymore in the same week or 2, and they just came to me in a way. That sounds very cocky. It's not what I mean, but like I was just sat on the piano for like hours and then just was there. I think that must be it.
What was the hardest song to write off the album?
That was My Life Left Me for Another Woman, because I was so inspired when I first started it, because I found a note on a pub here in Brighton in a little jar that said my life left me for another woman, and then it said like my wife, like I hate my wife, and I was like, oh, it's a mistake, it's supposed to be my wife left me for another woman, but I love that it's my life. How poetic. So I took a picture of it and I came home and I was like, this is how I feel like my life is leaving me for another woman. And then I wrote the chorus and I was like, love it. And I was like, I had no idea what to do for the verse. And I had so much lyrics and I'd written, but I was like, I don't know what to sing and how the melody is going to go in the chorus. I know nothing works. And it took months. And then suddenly I was like, wait, today it is here. And that's kind of how I feel about music, because someone told me once that like everything's there. All the notes are in the universe. All the combinations are there. They exist. You just need to find it. So if you don't find something you like, you can still find something else. And that's what I felt with that song. I was like, didn't find anything. And then one day I just found it and it was there.
Poetic. What was your favorite song to record?
I think it must be Notorious Plants, because we recorded it once in a studio with someone that I didn't feel like got the vibe. And then we just did it ourselves instead, and we live tracked it, and it felt like gritty and a bit disgusting, and I was just jumping around and doing all of this while I was doing it. And I was like, this feels nice. It feels like I can just have fun and play, and it feels like a gig. And that's what the song should feel like. It's always my favorite. Yeah, we just did it a couple of times, and then we were like, yeah, it's sick.
So what's next for ISM?
Well, we are currently working multimedia. We're working in a different format, which you will maybe see or hear about soon. And I think, well, ISM can be anything, and I think it can be anyone, so who knows who or what will be soon.
Who's your biggest musical inspiration?
I think I'm inspired by a lot of people. I think there's no one specific. I do love Susanne Sundfør, a Norwegian artist, and I think she's very like inspirational, because she just writes the most beautiful melodies and she just produces a lot of her stuff herself, and her compositions and like harmonies, it's just, oh, I love it. But I do think I'm very inspired by artists who can just write such a beautiful song that it just has to be that I feel like they trust that it's enough. I don't know if that makes sense, but like a lot of artists I love, for example, The War on Drugs, which has like loads of layers and loads of things on, and one of my favorite albums of all time is A Deeper Understanding by them. But I think, and he's great, Adam, who produces everything and writes everything. But I think I'm very inspired by people who trust that they're enough more than what they write. So like if you're just you, or it's like the bare minimum, and you're like holding something in a room or a gaze or like a note, not like riffing, but you know what I mean, like you just trust that like the aura of the original, that like this right here is special. That inspires me, because that's what I want to. I just want it to feel like we're here now and it's never gonna happen again. And you might hate it, you might like it, but I trust that I want to get there where I just trust that it's enough.